Good morning, everyone. Hi, this is Monday morning, and this is Facebook Live, and we're going to put together some my version of a tamale. And so I can see my glasses shining in the background. So what I've done here is I have roasted a couple of, if you can see them here, everything's washed and clean. We have some sweet potatoes here. So I've roasted these maybe a little bit too much. They're almost a little caramelized on the ends, but that's okay because it's going to really add the flavor. So we're going to take these and take the skins off like so. They're still very hot, so I just don't want to burn myself. And so we're going to take these skins off here. And it doesn't really matter how you, we're pretty casual at Facebook Live, so it doesn't really matter how you do that. I'm going to just move that back over there. Okay, so the other thing I have are some black beans. I soaked and rinsed the black beans over 2 days. So that really helps to remove the lectins, which are the things that that create that gas and the bloating. The lectins are hard to digest, and so the soaking and rinsing helps to remove the lectins. And if you can do that over a couple days, then that's even better. So I did that, soaked and rinsed, and then cooked them in my Instant Pot, and then I rinsed them again. So I did not use the juice that the beans were actually cooked in. So, and that helps to remove the lectins even more. So we have the beans here, and we're going to add, this is going to be it's kind of a makeshift tamale filling here. And so I'm just going to mash this together. Now, if you want to, I try not to make too much noise here. Okay. Sometimes I get just way too much going on with my little workspace here. But if you want to, you could mash the beans separately, to make it more of a refried bean type of thing if you want. But I'm not too worried about that. I'm pretty casual with the, I'm just not that fussy of a person. It's too bad that is making noise for you guys. Yeah, we'll just work with it. Okay, I'll try and hold it so it doesn't make so much noise. So I think I need a little more beans. Like however you want to do it is fine. I'm terrible for measuring, and on the Facebook Live, it's really about sharing information on healthy foods and the way that I do my healthy foods. I have about, I don't know, a couple hundred recipes on YouTube, 15-minute videos that are a little bit more professional. But the Facebook Live here is just a really casual group getting together every morning at 11 and putting together some kind of a healthy recipe and sharing tips and hints on health and nutrition because I am a certified herbalist and natural health consultant, but I'm not a professional cook at all. So we're just sharing what I make on a daily basis and how I do that. So however you want to do this, as you can see, it's getting nice and lovely here. And I'm going to this is the fermented salsa. And we made the fermented salsa. Oh my gosh, we do it quite often, but we did this one a couple weeks ago. And when you make your salsa and then you ferment it, it brings out the fermentation, creates the lactic acid and the live bacteria that really helps as probiotic, which increases your gut health and your immune system. And I have many videos on fermentation and the benefits. And so we're just going to add this beautiful, what was left of my beautiful salsa, which I do need to make some more. So we're going to add that in. And then typically the thing that is, gives the beautiful Mexican flavor, like there are so many different flavors, but cumin is really, like number one, especially in my mind. with a tamale. So we're going to add some cumin, and I do have some chilies here, if you can see that. And I'm not going to add too much of the chilies, because they're pretty hot, you know. And so I want it spicy, but I don't want it super spicy. I have a little green one and a red one, and I'm actually, these are ones that I grew, so I'm pretty happy about that. And we're just going to chop them fairly fine. And remember, when you're working with hot chilies, you really should have gloves on. I really should have gloves on. But I'm just going to remember to not stick my fingers in my eyes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to put those guys in there as well. Try not to touch them too much. Oh, look at those big pieces there. Oh, that would be a nice spicy bite, wouldn't it? Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's chop these guys down a little bit more. And that's better. On the Facebook Live, it's pretty casual. We have a group that gets together every morning at 11. And it's super fun and interactive because, you know, you get to read the comments, and then everybody helps out, you know. I mean, I certainly don't know everything, and I honestly don't know many things. And so it's so nice to have the community where we get together, and if I can't remember the name of something or the origin of something or the nutritional compounds of something, you know, then other people jump in, and so it's just a really great fun group. Your sweet potatoes are going to have your vitamin A and vitamin C, and of course, you know, the beans have the protein and everything, so this is totally plant-based. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cheat big time. Because I don't know anything about making masa, you know, the corn flour and the and typically you make a tamale with a corn husk, right? You spread the masa in the corn husk, and then you steam it, and it's beautiful. I wish I knew how to do that. I really don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat with these 100% white corn tortillas. And what I did to make them kind of sort of like a I'll turn it like this, like a tamale, is I steamed them, or I attempted to steam them. And as you can see, my steaming didn't turn out very well. They started to fall apart. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, you know, work with it, right? Because if you're not a professional cook, like I'm not a professional cook, just figure out what's going to work. So what I've done here is I have cut up some parchment paper, and I'm actually going to, I'm going to mix this. Now that I have it mashed, I'm going to get rid of the masher here and just mix this a little bit more with to make sure it's well mixed with my salsa and my cumin, and I'm going to add some garlic. This is a granulated garlic. It has no salt in it, so I am going to add some Celtic sea salt to it as well. Celtic sea salt's really a mineral salt, and so it's not very salty, not like a regular salt for sure. And I think I might, you know, I don't know. You never know with fresh chilies, right, how spicy it's going to be, but I love adding cayenne. So I am going to add a little cayenne, and we'll see. We'll see how spicy this gets. Okay. You know what? Just for fun, I'm going to add turmeric, because the turmeric has such great anti-inflammatory properties. Has the curcumin in it, and anytime you can add turmeric to a meal, you know, you definitely should, because the anti-inflammatory properties are so beneficial. Turmeric has so many benefits for the immune system, as well as being anti-inflammatory. It just has so many benefits. Most people know that, you know, by now. It's pretty common that people know And so I'm going to add black pepper because it does help to activate the turmeric, or I should say the curcumin and the anti-inflammatory properties. So, okay, so we're going to mix this really well again. And, you know, like I say, do it to taste. And this is just one method. This is just my idea. I had some sweet potatoes, and I always have dried beans. You know what? That is a great big piece of pepper there. I'm going to pull him out because I'm kind of afraid I might scare myself if I run into that. Those should have maybe been chopped up a little more, but you never know, right? Once they're steamed, sometimes they mellow out. Okay, so does that look amazing? Actually, you know what? I am going to, because it looks so incredible, I'm going to take a picture of it because you might want to see this before it gets put into the thing. And I have a ton of pictures on my Instagram and my YouTube. And so it's really, you know, when the food looks good, then it tastes better. So, you know, it just is really helpful for it to look good and, you know, makes it more appetizing and all that kind of thing. I heard a saying the other day about something about the food looking good and tasting good. Anyway, if I remember it, I will post it on my Facebook, my Instagram. You can check that out. So we're going to, okay, I have this dish here. So what we're going to do is we are just going to take these, I don't know if you can see, but I think you can see. We're going to take 3 or 4 of these. We're not going to try and do one. Obviously, this one's falling apart, which is totally fine. We're just going to make it thick so that it has sort of the thickness at least, you know, and maybe sort of kind of the consistency of the tamale, right? So we're going to put that in there and just kind of roll that up. And then I think I'll put the soft part inside. So it's actually kind of handy that it's broken up because, you know, because it will hopefully meld even better. So this is all I'm going to do is put these on here. And then I will transfer this onto my steamer. So I have a, well, basically it's the pot, you know, the, oh my gosh, the word escapes me. You know, the pot with the holes in the bottom that you steam things with. Like I said, I'm definitely not a professional cook. Okay, so I'm just going to use 2 of these because these are actually pretty thick. I might even have 3 here. So we're just going to pop those down. Same thing, we're just going to fill this in and make it a lovely tamale with the sweet potato and the black beans. And I mean, if you want to get all fancy, you know, you could turn it sideways, you could tuck it in, and you can roll it like a, you know, like a burrito if you want. I'm not that fussy, and I actually want I want the steam to get into these and to make it fall apart. Okay, I'm obviously not very good at that, so I cut the sometimes I can't think and talk at the same time. Think and talk and do. And yeah, so there you go. So you want that to be, I want the steam to get into it, right? So that it does kind of dampen up and get nice and mushy, and it's just going to really have such fantastic flavors, and hopefully a similar consistency to the, you know, to what a tamale is. And maybe one day I will get some masa and try and do it myself. But I like a real tamale is what I'm saying. Okay, so probably have enough for about 2 more. And we're getting to where they're falling apart. I'm going to put the falling apart one here. And even though it's kind of bent the other way, we'll see if it will cooperate. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm going to take another picture. It's just really helpful when you have the pictures along the way of the you know, with the cooking pictures throughout the meal prep, or whatever it is that you want to call it, right? So this is a little thick here, so I might just separate this one. It seems like some of these tortillas are a little bit just a little bit different than others in the thickness. So again, we're just going to wrap this up, and then this is going to go into the steamer. Okay, so I think we have the exact amount for one more. This one's nice and falling apart, and so yeah, softer the better, I think. We'll see what happens. And that's the nice thing about the Facebook Live. You know, we're really not professional at all. We speaking of we, me, but yeah, it's pretty casual group, and so it's really fun to just share recipes. So here we go with this one. I forgot the little paper, of course. And there we go. So I'm sure there are a million better ways to do this, and I'm sure I will get lots of comments and suggestions. Feel free to suggest how I could do this better and different, but that's my plan. So we are going to put those into the steamer the exact same way, and just bring it to a little bit of, you know, just steam them for about 15 minutes, maybe 20, you know, so that they kind of get that tamale consistency. I am going to put the foil in the bottom of the steamer just to stop anything from actually getting water up inside. So I'm sure there's a million ways of doing that, and you guys have lots of suggestions, and I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. I do the Facebook Live every day, Monday to Friday, at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and so definitely check it out. Check out my Instagram and my YouTube channel, and subscribe. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow.